Great God, you are great forever. Great God, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Hi, everybody. This is Auntie, and yes, it is the day after. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. To all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you for joining our family. Y'all, last night, what can you say? This is crazy. I want to first start off by saying that I spoke with Keisha this morning and we are both okay. Um, we had a talk about everything that happened and that transpired yesterday, and kind of talked our way through it, and we're both okay. Does that mean that there's still not a lot of work to do? No, but we're okay. We talked, and we actually end up having a little laugh about it. At least we both could muster up that. Um, but I wanted you all to know that your auntie is okay, and that this too shall pass. Didn't know that it was her that was being doxxed, and not me. Um, I guess, when it started off, maybe they had more information back in the day. And so, they made a decision to use that information even after I had expressed that it wasn't me. And so, you all know my heart, and you know that I would never do anything to hurt any of you all. And although she says it's not my fault, of course, as an auntie, I really feel bad about it, because the last thing that I want is for any of you all to be hurt or collateral damage in anything that I am going through. Um, I want to say thank you so much to the Reddit, the snarky girls, the Reddit hoes. Thank you all so much for your support. And thank you to all of you all for your support. Like, this has gotten completely out of hand, but you have to understand, that when people do things, sometimes they don't think about it, and they don't think about the repercussions of it. And when you're in a place where, everything around you is collapsing, you really don't think about it. And you don't think about the effects that it's going to have on someone else. And the thing about it is, you don't really know what people are going through in their lives. You really don't. And so we have to be careful, including myself, about how we treat one another. Having this woman's information out there, he doesn't know whether or not she would have done the same thing that has happened to him, the tragedy that's happened to him. Suppose she had killed herself. Suppose this information was so detrimental to her that's what she decided to do. We got to be careful about doxing and all of that kind of stuff, and putting people's information out there, and for the world to consume, because people all have real lives and they're going through real things, and it's not fair. Thank you to everybody that did what you had to do. um I have a lot of stuff on my mind, as I'm sure you all know. But for the most part, I'm okay. I really am okay, because you got to consider the source. And I think that it doesn't excuse the behavior. It just makes you understand that when people go into a dark hole or a dark place, they'll do anything. So I do have a job, unlike some other people. I have a job, and I'm on my way out to go to that job. But to individual one, all I can say is get the help that you need. You really need help. I I'm not your enemy. I was never your enemy. But now you've created one, because when you hurt one of my subscribers, you hurt all of them. And I had to take the video down, as you all know. We're going to be using that video as evidence. Um, and I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to exchange my glasses, because I know some people probably saying, well, you know, she was crying all night. Yeah, I was crying. I was crying all night. I don't have the puffy eyes. I just don't put makeup on the weekends. So let me change my shades out and put my glasses on so I can address your comments this morning, because I do want to do that. I feel we are family. We take care of our own. Amen. He hasn't stopped. I couldn't sleep last night. He was still wilding out. Wow. Miss T was on, but it unraveled. He mistook the Larissa comment to be about him, and he went crazy. After tax day, Auntie, you will have time to deal with this. Thank you, man. Keisha says, I'm okay, cousins. Hey, Keisha, love you, boo. Bernadette says, this too shall pass. Love that. Amen. People are wishing you blessings, Keisha. That's beautiful. Thanks for popping in to let us know you okay. I was upset to see you affected. Yeah, I was. Oh, you just making your coffee? I've already had mine, boo. So yeah, anyway, so some people were saying, what you saying, misery loves company, leave him to time. God got your back, Auntie and Keisha. It's too much to take revenge. We are grown. Amen. So let me just try to catch some people up on what's going on, and then I'm gonna go ahead on to work. So last night we came out to do a live, and last night I came out and did a live. So I want y'all to see I'm okay. Last night we came out and did a live, and I had interviewed Lady T, because we were talking about the GoFundMe stuff. As you all know, since last week, really 2 weeks ago, I have been doing lives about the Larissa Carmen fiasco, with the allegations that have been posted out there about them, you know, frauding people. I interviewed Lady T like 2 weeks ago, and Lady T revealed some things about them. Carmen and Larissa then came back at me and, you know, basically told me, you know, that I needed to pick a side, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. And after that, I became suspicious, because, you know, as I always say, a hit dog a holler. And so I couldn't understand why they had gotten so upset about it. I then came back out and did a video indicating that I wanted people to give me information about whether or not they felt like they had been doxxed or whatever. Or, I mean, not doxed, if they had been frauded or felt like they had been frauded by the GoFundMe that the two of them had done. And also I solicited for people who said that, okay, I didn't feel like I had been taken advantage of. So I wanted to get, all sides of the story. On Wednesday, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I put out a post on my Instagram, just kind of, being shady towards Larissa, where I put out a post of some Christian Louboutins, and said, hey, are these worthy of a GoFundMe? That was shade to Larissa and to Carmen because, as you all know, I've been doing, the investigation on them for 2 weeks. Well, a certain person had, in the midst of me doing this investigation, they started a GoFundMe. So I think that, because of their dislike and their hatred towards me, they have been looking for any little thing for me to say. I think that, they probably have, little moles on my Instagram page watching everything that I do, everything that I say. And the moment that I did that, they sent that to him. And I believe, that he assumed that I was talking about him or shading his GoFundMe. I hadn't been shading his GoFundMe. It was totally about Larissa and Carmen. I had not said anything about him or to him about his GoFundMe because I didn't care enough. Um, I've got stuff going on in my life, and the last thing that I want is to be spending my time thinking about him and his friend. And now, as you all know, of course, people were sending me snapshots and stuff like that, and about his GoFundMe. But I just didn't, I paid it dust, really. I appreciate the information that I get back, but I really had paid it dust. So he thought that I was talking about him. Maybe one of his trolls that's on my Instagram thought that it was about him and sent it to him. Well, then next thing you know, there was just, emails. I mean, post after post on his Instagram berating me, to all of his 50 some thousand subscribers, on Instagram, just berating me, just all kinds of allegations and stuff, just okay. Wait a minute, I'll take a break. I made sure that I laid low when I saw his GoFundMe. I made sure that I laid low, and I made sure that I checked myself with people who are, can speak into my life, who have influence on me. And I was like, okay, do I address this? Do I not address this? Do I post this stuff? Do I not post this stuff? And I decided that, and everybody that talked to me was like, Auntie, don't say nothing. So I didn't. I never said anything about him or his friend or anything like that. And when I put that post out on Instagram, it took him over the edge. I think that he was longing and waiting, on me to say something. And so when he thought that I did, he went off. Now, if I was talking about a man, and then here's the thing. Let me address this. And I know I need to be at work. Lord, they probably saying, where is she at? But here's the thing. If I was talking about his, why would I use a pair of Christian Louboutins? From one woman to another is the gag. And everybody knows I want a pair of Christian Louboutins. Everybody knows that she, had Christian Louboutins. So it's one woman to another. If I was talking about him and his friend, I would have put like a beat up apartment or something like that. I would not have used a pair of Christian Louboutins to drag a man. It had nothing to do with him. But see, that's what happens when you make assumptions and you don't do your research. Because if you had done your research, you know that this is what I have been talking about for the last 2 weeks on my channel, amongst other things. So back in December, January, of course, you all know that I was going through the doxing thing with a certain cast member on 90 Day Fiance. During that time period, he was one of the people that they had asked him to dox me. He didn't. He came to me. He let me know, and I had been forever grateful. And I've said that many times publicly on my channel. Even when I had the opportunity to drag him or to say something, I've never taken that opportunity to even do that. I just haven't, because it's so beneath me. Like, he's got time, because I understand he's unemployed and, about to be evicted and stuff. He has time, but I don't really have the time. Like, I'm serious, seriously. Anybody that knows me knows I don't have the time. I got reviews I still gotta do. So anyway, um, so when I saw that he was dragging me and everything, I was like, okay, so one of his subscribers went back and, said something to him and, made him think that, or believe that I had malicious intent towards him. You're just not that important. So anyway, he had, I guess, the old information from when the other cast member was doxing me. I started getting these text messages while I was live yesterday, saying different things about, I had all these husbands and all of this stuff. And, he was basically, I guess, revealing more information that he had on this police report. Because I guess when he shared it with me, he only shared a certain portion of it and didn't share the rest. Or either they went back and did further research to find out, what Keisha Brown I was. And so yesterday, as I was live, I started reading text live. And in the text, it was making allegations. Well, in the meantime, the real Keisha Brown that they've been doxing is saying, oh my God, that's me. Because I'm sitting on there thinking it's a joke, thinking he's lying like he, does quite often. And it's her. And so after I cleared the phone, she called in and we discovered that it was her. And of course, I was emotionally like, I reacted. At first, I couldn't pull it together, because when you're live like that and you're talking, you don't, you're not quick to respond to things, because you don't catch it because of, whatever. And so when she said, Auntie, that's me, I was like, it had to register with me that it was her. The first time when this stuff started in December and January, we were wondering whether or not, more information would come out, but we were both comfortable, because we was like, okay, the information, neither one of us have a record where we stalked and kicked somebody's ass and went to jail for it, 10 years ago. And so we paid the dust. But this time when I started reading off the text messages, it actually was her. So again, I don't know if they did more research or, what they did. And so I was really upset. So this person, in the meantime, is ranting and raving on Instagram and going off and calling me all kinds of bitches and saying that I doxed them. So there was this woman, okay? And I'm going to get this story straight, and then I'm going to go to Helleberg, because I got a job. So there was this woman, right, that was doxing him. This woman was on my channel. She was, on my Instagram. And she was, saying different things about him. Because I just didn't have time for it and I didn't have the energy for it, I blocked her from my channel, from my Instagram page. Because I didn't want to get into it. Not that I had anything personally against the woman. I just didn't want to get into it. I didn't want to be dragged into it. And at that time, I didn't want the negativity of all of that on my Instagram. So I blocked her. Later on, a couple of days later, I guess, she must have did some serious research on him and she doxed him. She allegedly, because, at that time, he and I, were blocked from each other's channels. So allegedly, she put his driver's license out there, his address, and all of that kind of stuff. He has said that I had something to do with that. And I have nothing to do with that. I don't have time in my life, and I just don't have time to do anything like that. And I don't have the heart to do that. See, it takes a person that, is a certain kind of special person to do that. But then the thing about it is, you, in front of 50,000 of your Instagram followers, You make a big, broad accusation like that with no proof that I was working in cahoots with this woman. I don't even know who this woman is. She was blocked from my page because I didn't like the stuff coming to me. I didn't want the stuff coming to me. I got enough stuff going on, and I didn't need it, and I didn't want it, and I didn't desire it in any way. So I had already blocked her. I found out the stuff that was going on because people were sending me clips, and I was like, damn. And even the other day when I came out here and I was talking to Lady T, and I was like, I don't really believe that he's malicious. I never believed that he was a malicious person, and I still believe that he believes the stuff that he's saying out of his mouth. But for the record, I am letting everybody know, including him, because I know you're probably here. Maybe you streaming me live like you did yesterday. Thank you for the free ad and promotion. But I did not dox you. I didn't have anything to do with you being doxxed. I don't like the allegation that you putting out there that I doxed you, because I didn't dox you. I was not working in cahoots with this woman or with anybody else to dox anybody. That's not what I do. I get up, I go to work, I take care of myself, I come out and I do reviews, and I take care of my child. And that's where my life is. I love my subscribers, my nieces and my nephews. It's peace and love and blessings over here. I have no reason to be malicious and to do something like that. That's not part of who I am, and it never ever will be. So I'm sorry that you think that I had something to do with that, because I didn't. And I'm saying this for the record. I had nothing to do with that. And I never would. And even when people had flagged me and said, I mean, they DM me, not flag me. People DM me and said, Auntie, we flagged his GoFundMe. I'm telling you right now, I told them don't do that. Why? Why are you doing that? Let the man live. Evidently, he needs money. He needs, a place to stay. Anytime you go out on GoFundMe and you're out there screaming and hollering and crying, you got some serious shit going on. Like, you really do. And so I just wanted him to live. Let him breathe. If he wants to do a fake GoFundMe or he wants to do a real GoFundMe, that's his prerogative. And it's the prerogative of the people who are going to give to him or not. We all grown out here. I'm a grown ass woman out here. Like, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. And so as a result, when Keisha called in and said, Auntie, that's me, I was devastated. It took everything I had to maintain my composure. My mind was going all over the place, because this is a woman that I've not only had an opportunity to talk to on the phone, to pray with her, but I had an opportunity to touch her, to feel her, to hug her, to love her, like I want to do with all of you all. And this is a person that I like, what? There's very few of you all that I've had a chance to get to know, and I've had an opportunity to get her to know her behind the scenes. And so it really affected me, because it's like, oh my God, how dare you do something like that? Why would you do that? Because you believed, you assumed, you made an assumption. And the thing about it is, I know that our subscribers mean well, but sometimes y'all stir the pot. Y'all take stuff back and forth like trash. And you give it to me, you give it to him. And sometimes we can be influenced by the things that we see, which is why I did the Lady T, because you all asked me to interview Lady T. But y'all got to stop stirring the pot. You got to stop taking bones back, because a dog that'll bring a bone to carry a bone. And so you got to watch those people that always, got their hand in the middle of stuff. They on everybody's damn Instagram. They on everybody's YouTube. They on everybody's Periscope. They on everybody's Twitter. You got to watch the people that do that. And as a grown ass woman, I recognize that, so I don't get in the midst of that bull crap. And I do appreciate when you all keep me informed. So there's that, because somebody took that back. He's blocked from my channel. So somebody's ass took it back. And I pray 100-fold return to you for doing that. And see, the thing about it is when I look at some of these troll people that come out here and say stuff to me about him, these people got fucking kids and families and houses, full-fledged houses. They got vacation pictures and pictures of their kids being born and all of that kind of stuff. And they got time to stir up confusion between me and this man. And they see he's over the edge. He is losing it online in front of everybody. It is humiliating. It's embarrassing, and it's a train that's about to crash. And who are the people? Instead of you taking clips from my channel and my Instagram page to him, you need to be sending him something that says, brother, you need to get yourself together. You are spiraling out of control, allegedly. But you rather take the dirt back and keep a war going on. So I went on my Instagram and I put a crown on because I am a queen. I have chosen not to battle back and forth with him. And I put my crown on to let him know that I can control your content that happens on your channel. And he fled up and went the hell back off. And from my understanding, he was going the hell off until 2 o'clock in the morning. And now you're going back after Katie. Katie done left you alone. She ain't messing with you. And it's always these attacks against women. Why women? What is it that you hate about women? There's something, there's a disconnect there. It's always women. Why? Because you think we the weaker vessel? You think that we just broke down, busted, and disgusted, and we can be just treated anyway, and you can just abuse us verbally, emotionally, spiritually? Why do you always constantly come after women? Stop that stuff. It's never about a man. It's always about women. And your way of degrading us or trying to degrade us. Because I'm a strong woman. And this won't break me. It has shaken me. I must say that because Keisha got shook. But you won't break me. And you won't break my subscribers. And you're not going to get away with it. And I know you think you are. And I know you say go ahead on and sue you because you don't have nothing. But you do have your freedom. And freedom is priceless. And you cannot do the stuff that you're doing and think you're going to get away with it. You don't know what Keisha could have done to herself. Or me. You don't know what edge or ledge we may be walking on. Get yourself together and stay the fuck off Instagram. Give yourself some days to rest and relax and relate and release. And if the allegations are true that people are saying about you, you need to seek professional help because you appear to be spiraling out of control. At one point, I cared about you. And I thought you did about me, but you kept all kinds of receipts, allegedly, you know. But you need to get help. But don't come over here messing with my people. And you saying, well, I did not dox her because I used her first and last name. No, you doxed her. You gave out enough information. And unfortunately, it ain't over. So I'm sure today he'll probably go out there and say all kinds of little evil stuff and mean stuff to me. And you know what the thing about it is? Here's the thing. Out of all the subscribers and stuff like that he has, I only got 2 hate DMs. Because I really do think that people are sitting back and they're watching this train crash and they know that he's wrong. They don't agree with it, even though they may make this snarky little comments in the comment section. People are not riding for this. because there's no need to bring a gun to a school fight. You don't bring a gun to a school fight. If you're going to be on the schoolyard and you're going to box it out with hands, the weapon has to equal the battle. You bringing bazooka guns, and I don't have nothing but a stick. I haven't messed with you. I haven't talked about you. I asked the Reddit hosts who said that they snap and record everything. I asked them, out of all of your recordings that you all have, now this is for his people, out of all the recordings that you all have, did you hear me say anything about him in the last 2 weeks? And they said no. Don't have anything in their records that I said anything bad about him. Because I didn't. I made sure I didn't. I sought counsel and advice from people who I know I could trust. And I made sure I didn't say anything about it. So let's see what he does on Instagram today. I really don't care. Please don't DM it to me. You know, I really don't know. I don't even want to know. I'm hoping that he got a good night's sleep and that this morning he wakes up renewed in his mind. I really am. Because when you start affecting other people and bringing other people in and affecting their lives, you've gone overboard. But I want you all to know that we did have an opportunity to talk, and that she and I are okay. We are okay. I love you all, and I thank you all so much for your support, but a bitch got to get to work now. I've talked long enough. I've talked long enough. Love you all. Have a great